Hey, welcome to the what?
What it do, baby? We back,
Man, we finally
motherfucker.
back. Motherfucker.
We back, motherfuckers. Hey, look, hey, your boy was out of town for a little bit, but I'm back. Blitches. I've been working on my new thing where I like cuss, but not really cuss.
I was
So,
throwing
like-
no cuss word. I'm gonna
like
try
what?
it too.
What is
I'ma
Snoop
try it
Dogg?
too.
No, you ain't.
I'm gonna try it too. Fuck these haters. Oh, sorry. Flick.
I
Flick
knew
these
he was
haters.
going. I knew he was going to
I'm
do it.
sorry.
I knew
My
he was
bad.
going to do
My
it.
bad. My bad.
I knew he was going to
Flick-
do it.
flick
Welcome
these
to
haters.
another episode of Trash Talk with Bobby and Shine.
Block them.
That's your host, Bobby.
Block them.
I'm Shine.
Block of tears.
Hey,
I don't-
y'all, Facebook, y'all want to know how to get this to work? He'll be quiet when I say, hey, we going to do a lot of living today, baby. Hey, look at him. Big man. Hey, look, we got a lot coming up. UFC 278 is
Right around the corner.
snuck up real quick.
Ooh.
Snuck up real quick. Fights that we look forward to.
Mm-hmm.
Can he do it?
Yep.
And we ain't talking about the miracle paying your rent on time. We talking about the Adesanya fight that just got booked. Do you care? Do you care?
There's something out there, man.
Jon Jones is coming back, and we
Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back.
do you actually care? We're gonna talk about
No.
that. We're gonna talk about that in the fourth spot. We're gonna talk about
No.
that fourth spot. But let's get on and get this thing started.
Let's get it started.
Hey, somebody farted in here. Anyway, hey, look, 5 minutes on the clock. Let's get it moving. First off, UFC 278 is coming right around the corner. Come on, Usman
Hell
versus
yeah.
Leon Edwards.
Hell yeah.
I'm excited, right?
No. This car is trash.
But it
This car is trash.
but it's got all the good stuff though.
This
So
car
why
is trash. This is
why am I
trash.
not excited?
Because it's trash.
Kamaru Usman versus Leon Edwards 2.
This is like a Conor McGregor car, but without the hype for the main event.
No, because Paulo Costa versus Luke Rockhold.
Trash.
There was so much hype behind Paulo Costa because he was a big scary dude.
Man, he got his ass whipped by Adesanya, now he's trash.
And then I don't think I've ever gotten excited for a Luke Rockhold fight after he was after he got wheel kicked by Victor Belfort Vitor.
No.
And he was on the mic talking about he got me spinning shit. He was mad as hell. He was all salty. He was super salty. So I don't think I ever got excited about those fights no more. So what are we going to expect in this? Like what 37, 38 pay-per-view buys? Is that the high?
Man, I mean, they still gonna buy it though because everybody wants to see if Kamaru Usman can defend his title against an opponent that he's already defeated before.
Do you
And
feel
Leon
like he's in
Edwards-
trouble?
No, I feel like with mother time, father time, whatever you want to call it, I feel like they can catch up to you real quick. You never know exactly when that time's gonna come, so you don't know what Kamaru Usman you're gonna get. Plus, he comes in off an injury, even though it was long ago and he had to heal from it. He's coming off an injury, so you don't know how much power he has in those hands. Leon Edwards is a up and comer. Well, not up and comer, but he's a
We know
fighter
what you
that
mean. Finally put it all together.
exactly. So
He's an Oliveira.
yeah. That's a good example right
He's
there
an
because
Oliveira.
it's like he's boring. I
What?
mean,
Oliveira's
every time I
not
watch this
boring.
fight, no, I'm talking about Leon Edwards. I ain't talking about Oliveira.
Oh.
Oliveira. Leon Edwards, to me, I watched his past fights and it's just boring. It just lulls me to sleep. He's a great fighter. He does all the right things. It's
He's
just
consistent.
boring. It's boring. This is coming from the average fan who watches just see somebody get knocked out. Just
Right.
saying.
Okay. Yeah, but so what we gonna get? Covington Usman 6. You know, you got Kazmat Chimaev who already has a date. Gilbert Burns who didn't make it. Bilal Muhammad who's making a rush.
It's
And
Kazmat
then-
reacts, man.
And then not much past that. Anything that like sticks out.
This car is trash.
You know. But it's not though. Jose
This car is
Aldo.
trash.
Jose
Aldo's like
Aldo.
what? He
right?
37? Trash.
Marcin Tybura. Man, I'm really trying to
It's trash. This card is
Put
trash.
some hype behind this card.
It's trash. This card is trash.
It's hard to do so. That made me real sad though. It made me real sad, sort of, to think about. You know, we dogged the last card, which turned out wasn't that bad.
Much.
Which turned out wasn't that bad.
We didn't dog that last card that much.
And we dogging this card. And so we're only looking forward to 279. I think we're dogging it too. That's
we ain't dogging that now, cause
that's Nate.
That's gonna be a damn
Chimaev
murder. Somebody gonna get murdered in that one right there. I feel like Nate Diaz
where's the rest of the card?
Murder. Well, I mean, it's an interesting title fight because you watching to see Nate Diaz get murdered.
You mean main event? It ain't for no title. What is it for, the BMF title?
I'm sorry, not title fight. Well,
they put that belt on the line one time and forgot about that bitch. They put it on the line one time, forgot about it. BMF, well, I mean, I'm good, man.
It's an interesting fight because you look at it and you think to yourself like, Nate Diaz can get murdered in this fight, but Nate Diaz is a Stockton gangster. So it's like he gonna come in there, he gonna try to put the hands on him. So I don't know, man. It's just the question mark. It's like I don't know. I'm looking for him to get murdered, but I don't know what's gonna happen though. It excites me because it's Nate Diaz.
So I can tell you how exciting this card is. We're talking about the next one. But look, Usman versus Edwards though. Kamaru Usman had such a great rise to the top, and it was very interesting when you had the whole dance partner with Kobe Covington, right?
Yeah, that was interesting.
But now you got Usman versus Edwards too, and it's just like, I mean, okay, and but this can't be a fight night card, can't be, and I feel like Paulo Costa versus Luke Rockhold is gonna be some smoke in the ceiling.
Man, man,
it don't have to be, right?
It's interesting. It's gonna be interesting. I know that much. It's gonna be interesting. Paulo Costa is a fighter that actually comes out and tries to brawl, tries to put paws to faces. So I mean, it's gonna be interesting. But for the most part, this card altogether, if you just look at the first two fights, it's gonna be interesting. Jose Aldo is getting older. He's still a good fighter, but it's just nothing like jumps out to me like, hey, I really want to watch this card.
Like, I need to be there.
I need to be in
this card. I'm checking the early prelims. I'm checking the prelims. I'm not. It's just it makes me sad.
But it's $75, man. $75.
Hey,
$75.
Take the fact of it that you probably got to watch it so we can talk about it. See it or skip it.
I mean, if I didn't have to watch it, I would skip it.
It's a damn shame we are skipping pay-per-view events now.
But here's the other thing too. The BKFC, I feel like they have a card this weekend as well, and I feel like their main event and their card is a little bit
hypier. Paige Van Zandt versus Clarissa Sagala.
And then you got MVP versus
Mike Perry.
My guy who hit an old dude.
Platinum Mike Perry.
So I feel like BKFC might have a better card per se than
that's
the UFC right now. Yeah,
that's
nasty. I was questioning.
And you can get that bit for $4.99.
Oh my goodness! And I was questioning the fact that BKFC was having an event the same night as the UFC. I was questioning that, but you come to look at it, there might be more eyes or views for a BKFC fight because I feel like that would be more interesting as of right now than this UFC card. But you still got to tune in for the main event. Seriously,
still got it.
Got to tune in for that Usman fight.
The big three is better than the big three for the other one. You got Paige versus Perry, and then co-main event is Clarissa Sagala versus Paige Van Zandt.
Yeah.
And then the third fight, Joe Elmore. And Joe Elmore, he don't do nothing but go out there and throw hands. So it's like
that card match.
I mean, BKFC might not be.
BKFC
for
has $4. A better card. Yeah, for $5.
For $5.
For $5, I probably can get more action out of the BKFC card than I can out of the UFC card.
I got 5 on it.
I tell you right now, tune in next week. We're gonna talk about
We're
that
gonna talk about
BKFC
that.
versus UFC. Who had the better card? Who had the better fights? Because I got two TVs. I got two different ways to watch each individual fight. So I'm gonna watch both at the same damn time.
At the same damn time. What you got coming on there, Bob?
Man, before we get into the next part of the show, we got to talk about what's in the bottom right corner, man. Stunt's a habit. Get like us, habits365.com/trash talk BS for all your apparel. If you want 10%, hit that link quick. And if you want your logo or promo in the bottom right corner, all you got to do is hit us up at
my feet smell like butt at gmail.com.
Yeah, I added that last part in there. See, I added that in there. Let's get into that part of the show, man.
To. You know what's sad about this?
Yeah.
Before I even say anything off Jump Street, the one card we keep talking about all the time has 3 of these spots.
Yep.
Over all the other one.
That's crazy.
But let's go tit for tat, right?
Yeah.
Fight for fight.
Yeah.
Don't gotta be a 5-rounder. Some of these are 3-rounders. What is the most interesting fight we're looking forward to from 6 days from now to November the 12th? I believe is the Adesanya fight.
And look.
What is the most interesting?
And after we get into that, I want you to rank these fights too, 6 to 1. You know what I'm saying? From least interesting to most interested. From your point of view, which one from the least you would like to see to the best fight that's probably on any card.
Oh, that's
from
good.
now to November. But the fight that I want to see, the fight that most interests me, is probably the Adesanya fight. And the reason for that is that there's emotion is involved in that fight. And when you have emotions in a fight, it creates drama. When you have drama, it creates something that most fights don't have. And it gives some kind of tension that allows for people to want to watch it. And that allows me to want to watch that fight because they have past history. His opponent has already beat him twice, even though it wasn't decisive. You can look at it and say it was a lucky punch in the second one. Well, not a lucky punch, but he called him in the second one. So it's just one of those things where Adesanya has something to prove. And I feel like with his back against the wall, we might get the best Adesanya. So for me, the best fight out of these 6 is probably the Adesanya fight.
Okay. So, yeah, I agree with you with that. The only thing I run into is we have a definitive answer for almost every one of these fights, and we don't have one for one of them. So here's the thing. You got Adesanya versus Pereira. Love it. Love it. Great fight. But I can come to a definitive answer as to what will happen in that fight. Same thing with Sterling. Same thing with Jan. Same thing with Kazmat. Same thing with Usman. The only one of these fights where you're like, give me a definitive answer as to how that fight is going to go. And I can't do it. And that is the fight of the century, I think, is Oliveira versus Islam Makhachev.
I got you.
Give me a definitive answer as to like how that fight's gonna go. I don't know. Is he? He gonna? I don't know. Well, is he? So think about it like this: you got Kamaru Usman versus Leon Edwards. I can say Kamaru Usman's gonna go out there and jab my man to death until they prove me wrong. They can prove me wrong because it ain't like Edwards ain't got a dog in the fight. They say Kazmat Chimaev gonna commit legal murder until they prove me wrong. I'm okay, whatever. Petr Yan ain't supposed to lose to Sean O'Malley.
No, he ain't.
I got a definitive path to where he gonna rule. He gonna win unless they prove me wrong. Sterling ain't supposed to lose to Dillashaw. Wait, what? You think Dillashaw about to win?
Man, I think Dillashaw. Man, I don't have any faith in Sterling.
You think, okay, maybe we ought to put that fight a little bit higher. I thought it was a foregone conclusion that Sterling was going to go out there and shake and bake.
Nah, I ain't going to put it higher, but I don't feel like Sterling has, because I don't feel like he's a true champion. I'm just saying. He won the belt fair and square. I just don't feel like he's a true champion of the division.
Yeah, but he solidified it after he won what he needed though. So
I mean, I have my feelings about that. I feel like Peter Yan didn't come in with the right mindset. He thought he won the first fight handily. He thought he was gonna come in. It's gonna be an easy fight for him, and he overthought it, and to the point where he gave up positioning, and Sterling grabbed hold to those positions and did what he needed to do to win the belt. That's all I'm gonna say about that situation. So
okay.
I feel like Peter Yan gets the opportunity again. He doesn't take the opportunity lightly, and he goes in and he defeats Sterling handily. Just saying.
Okay, so by that logic, we got to put Piotr Yan versus Sean O'Malley low on the list.
Yeah.
Because Piotr Yan, he made it sound like he's a man on a mission, so that man should be on his mission right now. But
True.
when it comes down to it, I'm thinking Sterling gonna go out there and wrestle fight and come out with the victory. It ain't gonna be stunning.
I don't feel like
but I
it's
see a
gonna
clear
be.
cut path.
I don't feel like it's gonna be a must watch. So
Okay. I'm with you.
name your top 6 from 6 to 1, man. Name your
All
top
right.
6 to 1.
So 6-1. Least interested. No, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
The least. I am interested in every single one of these fights.
I am too.
Okay.
What is your least
I don't
interest?
want it to sound like I'm shitting on this number 6.
I'm shitting on it. But yeah,
All
go
right.
ahead.
So coming in at number 6 is Usman versus Edwards.
Ooh. My number 6 was Sterling versus Dillashaw.
Man, I had to change my mind on that because I thought it was a clear-cut path, and you don't think so. So therefore, I must not see what you see, which means I need to pay more attention. Number 5. You ready for this?
Who you got?
Chimaev Diaz.
My number 5 is Usman versus Edwards. That's
Okay.
my number 5.
Number 3 is Piotr Yan versus Sugar Sean O'Malley.
Your number 4.
I mean, did I say that?
Yeah.
My number 4 is Piotr Yan versus Sugar Sean O'Malley.
My number 4 is Nate Diaz and Casmat.
Number 3 is the Dillashaw fight. Dillashaw versus.
Damn, you put them high.
Here's the thing, though. So first off, I had a clear cut path, but apparently I don't know. I thought we all knew the same thing. So now I'm interested into that fight because I can't give you a definitive answer. I thought he was just gonna go out there and wrestle fight, and we all knew that. You not only did not have a definitive answer for Sterling, you telling me that he ain't got a chance, a snowball's chance in hell.
Hey, I'm just
Shit,
saying,
I'm there. I'm happy for it. It's on the same card.
No, normally when you watch fights, it's the opposite. So when you see something that I don't see, and then all of a sudden it comes to fruition, and I'm like, God damn it. It's some bullshit. But I just don't see Sterling as the true champion of this division, and I feel like TJ Dillashaw has a lot to prove, and he's an individual that's going to come in and do some things that, you know what I'm saying, Sterling hasn't seen in a while because Dillashaw has been out. He's only had like 1 or 2 fights before he gets the championship fight coming up. My number 3, believe it or not, even though I said it's the most interesting fight for me, is the Adesanya fight.
Bit backwards, but okay, we're gonna take it.
Yeah, it is a big fact.
Number 2 is Israel Adesanya versus Alex Pereira, and I can clear cut see a path for Adesanya. You know, I still say that in fighting sports, I would consider them to be equal, but in MMA, I consider Pereira to be green. But of all these fights, besides my number 1 fight, which of course is Oliveira versus Islam Makhachev, Adesanya versus Alex Pereira is going to be the most hyped.
Yeah,
they're going to hype that fight to death. They're going to great white hype.
On that, yeah.
Alex Pereira, whether he comes in and flames out, they're gonna what's his daggone name? Pat somebody. They the only man to ever beat Daniel Cormier. He beat him in the wrestling room or something. Pat Curran or something. They had it all hyped out, and Daniel Cormier went out there and dropped him on his head. You remember they hyped him up so bad. I think they're gonna do that to Alex Pereira. And so we're going to be super excited about this fight. Either we're going to get that, but I'm pretty sure Adesanya is just going to walk through, and we'll talk about that in the next round, too. But number one, I don't know how that fight going to go, and I can't fucking tell you. They
Right,
like, oh,
so-
he going to wrestle, but jiu-jitsu. He going to jiu-jitsu, but stand and bang. He going to stand and bang, but hey, as long as I got them hands, we don't know. I have no idea. What's your number one? Wait, what's your number two?
My number two is Sugar Sean. The reason why it's
That's
number,
high.
yeah, the reason why I have it number two is because each individual in the fight has something to prove. So Peter Yan is trying to get back to the championship fight, and then Sean O'Malley is finally getting to a fight in the top 5, if not top 2, top 3, individual opponent. Put himself on the map to tell everybody I'm here in the world. So for me, it's like both individuals are here for something, and it's going to be a fight where we actually see if Sugar Sean has the abilities to be a champion in that division. So that's why I put it
about
number
that
2.
fight for you.
Yeah.
So we all asked for it, right? We all asked for it. Every time Sugar Sean O'Malley fought, we always ask for the same thing. My question is to you, now that we got it, you feel like he jumped too high?
Nah. I feel like he was
you see
going
what
too
I'm
slow.
asking?
I feel
So
like he
we
was
all
going too
felt
slow.
like he was going too slow, but it was like, and then the damn, what's the car? The lead car in NASCAR got out the way, and they said, young. They put him right at the top, straight
and let's
to the
see
top.
if he got enough
And
gas to get to the finish line.
And then on top of that, how about the monkey wrench that was thrown from last night? Was it last night?
Cheeto
Marlon
beat the
Vera,
shit out of.
He didn't. He was losing on the car, but that head kick said, "Woo, hello, can you woo?" He hit him with that head kick, and all of a sudden, things are interesting. Here's your scenario right here. Sugar Sean O'Malley goes out there and beats Petr Yan.
Yeah.
They have to fast track a fight with the winner of Dillashaw versus Aljamain Sterling.
Yeah.
Sugar Sean O'Malley beats one of those to become the champion, and is talking shit about he's still undefeated and got Marlon Tito Vera in the mix, and then boom gets flatlined again by Marlon Tito Vera. He's the champ. That'd be weird.
That'd be something. That is something, but I don't feel like that's gonna happen in UFC though.
What's your number one?
Well, the number one is Oliveira and Makhachev.
I'm telling you, man, that fight is the champ. Okay, what's the champ? Champ. And then they ain't even. Oh, it's for the belt. I was like, damn, they ain't even give my man his belt, but it ain't. He doesn't have the belt. It's for the belt. I got you right here. Is Oliveira the only one on this that's an underdog?
That's crazy.
Oliveira's the betting underdog.
And you know what he does when he's the underdog?
Come out there and
put your money on
smash.
it.
Can I say that?
Yeah. Put your money on it.
Put your money up.
Put your money on it.
Let's move to the next round. Can he do it?
Yeah. Before we get to the next part of the show, man, we got to get into the bottom right corner, man. Stunt is a habit. Get like us. Habits365.com/trash talk BS for all your apparel for 10% discount. And if you want your logo or promo in the bottom right corner, all you got to do is hit us up at
My feet smell like butt at gmail.com.
Hey, man, that's the greatest email account ever made. Let's get into the next part of the show. Can he do it?
Here's the thing. We talked about this, but we're going to jump right into it very
Jump
quickly.
on it.
Israel Adesanya, or Adesanya, because we all say his name wrong, versus Alex
I be
Pereira.
Adesanya.
I'm going to let it go. Israel Adesanya versus Alex Pereira has been put in works for UFC 281, which is going to be in November. So he got 3 months to get prepared for this fight. Alex Pereira does. Because it's still, Adesanya has been out there. Adesanya fought, so here's the thing though. Alex Pereira fought Sean Strickland. Well, that's cool. Adesanya fought Kelvin Gastelum.
Yeah. And
Adesanya fought what's the boogeyman? Did he fight Yo?
Yeah, Yo
Romero.
That was a boring fight though, but yeah, he did.
It don't matter. He fought all these boogeymans, and then we're gonna put the boogeymans on him. Which don't make no sense. right?
It don't make any sense. I feel like Adesanya is just because Pieta beat him twice doesn't mean he's a better fighter.
In a whole different. That's like, but I'm almost trying to figure out like that's like them telling me that Usain Bolt beat him in 100 meters, so therefore he gonna beat him in the mile. We don't know how well Usain Bolt run the mile. We ain't seen it.
True. We seen him run that damn.
We seen him sprint
that 100 and that 200.
Even if he went out there and sprint and dusted you by 100 yards and then got tired and couldn't finish, that's the same thing. So you sent the one picture that I'm about to put up, which is like, what is that? So what is answer gonna be for that?
My thing is though, is that is he gonna turn into a B smash?
He ain't gonna turn into a Beeb, and I'm almost sort of interested to know, like, does he have a double leg?
I don't know.
But here's the thing: you don't need a double leg. That's the whole thing that everybody talks about. They should have put like a Kobe Covington flag on his head. I don't know what Kobe Covington be wearing. A red hat on his head, and so they should have did that, because what he needs to do to Pereira to sort of facilitate this W is to just go out there and dirty fight off the cage. He knows how to fight off the cage. Push his back against the cage. Take a lot of that stuff away. He ain't got to take him down. Just put him up against him. Here's the thing, though. He had to fight off the cage for all these people. He had to learn all this stuff. We got Pereira. How long has he been doing MMA? I know he did it in the past because his only loss was from way back when. But after that, I'm pretty sure, what has he been doing since then? Kickboxing, all of that stuff.
So.
So he not gonna be able to, add something. The Habib, add one thing, get him thinking about it. He gonna got there like Sean Strickland just stand in front of him. I don't think so. I don't think he gonna Habib smash.
Pieta has a mean hook though.
He do.
That man hook is mean. Come quick too.
And Adesanya has that Matrix lean back. Remember he hit Bobby Knuckles with him? Bobby Knuckles was a dominant champion. Dismantled him the first time. I don't remember how he won the second time.
All I know is that Adesanya didn't get out the way the first or the second fight against Pereira. I know Adesanya is a way better fighter than he was back then. He even looks way better than he did back then. So that lean back might have a little bit more lean in it. So get away from that hook.
He got some Fat Joe in his lean back.
You know what happens after you lean or after he leans? He comes with that 2-piece combo to the face and a kick over top. So I'm predicting Adesanya comes in and do some dirty things to Pereira, and hopefully we get some Habib smash and he go takes him to the ground, give him something else to think about, because when you're always trying to defend, you're never doing what you're supposed to do, which is attacking, and it draws away from the power that you have, especially when you're trying to come forward. If you always looking for him to either go for your legs, put you on the ground, things like that. So if Adesanya comes in or comes into training trying to improve one different aspect of his game, that's going to make Pereira think, especially in the cage, makes him a tad bit slower, gives Adesanya an opportunity to see that hook before it comes,
reach for the leg,
and allows him to capitalize on Pereira's mistake. So it can't happen, man. It can't happen. I feel like it's going to be a lopsided. I think it's going to be a lopsided fight, man.
I say all of this, and I sure was in camp for one fight, and me being predominantly a striker, we worked on like some stuff, like we gonna dip down, we gonna tap, just show it to him, You know what I did when I there? Banged. So we don't listen neither, but he got a lot of money on the line, so he might listen. I didn't have that.
Yeah, he gonna listen.
I didn't have that Adesanya money on the line. Let's get to this next part, 'cause I got something to say.
Hey, I know you got something to say. Before we get to the next part of the show, we got to talk about that Trash Talk Fantasy Football League. It has now been filled up. We're going to have the draft live. Live August 28th, 9 p.m. Time may change to 9:30 p.m. Depends on how long it takes me to do my other draft that day. But fantasy football is back with Trash Talk. And you can tune in every Sunday right after the draft, especially when the week start, to get your little fix of how the fantasy teams are doing in the Trash Talk Fantasy Football League. So tune in every Sunday, 9 o'clock,
Watch
so
me
you can get your little
boys.
fix. And
I
if
might,
you want your
I might be first place, right?
first 5 weeks, and then all of a sudden your team implodes.
Nah, I might be first place the entire season.
Yeah, we'll see.
I'm gonna be first place the entire season, and I'm gonna get a bye in the playoffs, and I'm gonna close it out. Y'all heard it here first, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah,
Watch your boys' fancy footwork.
We'll see what happens though. But if you want your logo promo in the bottom right corner, all you gotta do is hit us up at
My feet smell like butt at gmail.com.
Hey man, greatest email account ever made. Let's get into the next part of the show, man. Do you care?
Listen, here's the thing. Jon Jones is the 205 champion. Jon Jones lost the belt, went and got it back, lost the belt, went and got it back, never lost the belt, never lost the fight, was DQ'd, but for some reason we tend to forget that was a thing. And Jon Jones has been one of the most dominant champions we've ever seen. Like, he won a fight on cocaine. You know, shit like that. But
true.
So why do I not give a shit about this fight? So look, here's the thing. Somebody asked me about Jon Jones, right? They asked me about Jon Jones. They said, how you think he gonna do it heavyweight? I said he may not lose. Is he gonna lose to Stipe? Nah, he gonna dismantle Stipe. What about Francis? He ain't gonna be Francis. Francis is a scary dude. I also saw Francis' soul get taken in a fight. So you gonna go against this dude who can change corners, change pace, change a fight on the drop of a hat. He needs to do this, he'll do it. He needs to do this, he'll do it. All this, that, and the other. But I don't care. This man could win. This man could win the belt. Do you think I'm gonna stick around to hear the announcement? They come up and interview him. Nah, I probably turn it off. I don't care. And is it just all of his outside, activities? Hitting pregnant ladies and running, shit like that. With the drug test. The only person that can fail a drug test and have them move the entire show to a different state so that he could fight.
True.
Like, does that make us not care as much? But I could give a shit less if he becomes the heavyweight champion. Hell, Daniel Cormier carries more weight in what he did.
True. I feel like it's more of inactivity too. We haven't seen Jon Jones fight in so long.
Let me ask you a question then when you say inactivity. You know who else has been inactive for a while? Conor McGregor. Well, whoever comes back, who would you care more about?
I mean, Conor, because he comes with a little bit more trash talk, shit talking, and when he did something stupid, we looked at it, we gravitated to it. When Jon Jones does something dumb, it's like, man, come on.
Conor does stupid shit, right?
Yeah.
But like, does Jon Jones do low IQ shit? Is that what is that why we be mad at him?
It feels like it, man. No, so
to say like you gotta be dumb.
Here's the thing about Jon Jones. He talks this talk. So he talks the big game. He talks the I'm smarter than you kind of he talks in a I'm smarter than you kind of way. But if you look at Conor McGregor, the way he talks is the way he acts. So
that makes sense.
Match his actions. So it's like you look at Conor McGregor, he says, I don't give a fuck. And you look at his actions, and they're I don't give a fuck actions.
He's like, but
if you look at Jon Jones, you look at him, you think to yourself, like, the way he talks is like he gives a fuck. Or he talks in a way where it's like it's well put together. So when he does these stupid actions or he does stupid things, it's like, come on, man, Jon, you just said you were good And you just said that you turned your life around. Now you out there drinking, smoking cocaine, and taking PEDs, but you say it's nothing.
He didn't take
And
PEDs.
whatever.
He took big dick pills so he could put a little extra snap at the end of the punch. He told Joe Rogan that, man. He said it on the Joe Rogan podcast, so therefore it's true.
Whatever, man. It is what it is. But so, that's the biggest difference.
But does it make you sad at how much not give a shit you're gonna have with this fight? When this is he more dominant than Anderson Silva?
He still hasn't lost.
You know, is he more dominant than... I don't even know what category to put the people in with Jon Jones. He comes out there and dismantles Stipe. Then he goes out there and wins the title against Francis when Francis comes back. And it's like, man, he can do it. But then also, I'm just looking at it. And I don't even mean to be a hater. I don't even mean to be a hater. But I am. And I wasn't made to be that way. Because back when, what is it, Bones Nose or something?
Mm-hmm.
Back when you could he had all the Nike and all that, and Jon Jones, all the hype behind him. He hitting old buddy with a spinning back elbow. He beat Chael Sonnen with a half a toe. I'm like, damn, okay, Jon Jones. And then he say all the stuff on, I find that to be funny. Whenever they was on the interview with Daniel Cormier, and then the camera went off, but they were still talking to each other, still recording. He's like, you still there, pussy? I was just like, okay, all right, cool. And then he hit that lady. And I wonder if he even asked if she was all right. He said, oh shit, gotta get my weed. Grabbed his weed and took off. And at that point, you are right. Everything that he did before then, all the way up to that moment, didn't line up with how he acted in that moment. And from then on, it was all downhill. And then the card got canceled and we had to look at Daniel Cormier versus Anderson Silva instead of Daniel Cormier versus Jones when he had the PEDs.
Yeah.
And then inconvenienced everybody, moving the whole show. So I'm just like, at this point, I'm just like, man, I don't even care, man. I mean, is he gonna win? Yeah, he's gonna win. All right. I don't know anybody in the world that can beat him. Do you care? Not really.
No. He is legit, man. He is legit. Jon Jones is legit. Pound for pound, probably the number one fighter in the UFC, but gets disrespected because he disrespects himself.
Even if he came out and got ahead of everything and just said, I'm a heel. You're a dirty rat. You're a dirty rat. I hate you all. Good night. I could probably respect that more.
Yeah.
Because who is it? Aljamain Sterling was like, damn, I could make some money being a heel. Man, fuck y'all bastards. That's what he said. I like, hey, get your money, man.
And he is doing that, man. He's making me hate him a little bit more. Man, I was an Aljamain Sterling fan, though. Seriously, when he climbed up on what's his name?
Oh, and took his back and choked him out. In no time. If you wouldn't have said what's his name, I could have told you his name. It's gone. I don't got it.
Yeah, it's gone too. But when he went and choked him out, and in no time, he was still dry. And the reason why he got on his back and stuck on there because nobody got no sweat on him just yet. That was interesting. And then when I saw that, I was like, man, I like this Sterling guy. And then when he came out to the Peter on, and he just looked overmatched, he looked like he was a tad bit slower. I was like, man, this guy, I don't know. And then when he was in there celebrating with a belt he didn't want, I was like, man,
all he had to do was dodge one picture.
Yeah, man. If he would have never took that picture, man, I'd be so much better. I'd be so much better if he never took that picture. Seriously.
One picture.
Messed it up.
Rule them all.
Messed it up for me, man.
That's just wild, man.
It is. It is.
What else you got about Jon Jones? I don't really got much to say.
Man, I ain't got much about Jon Jones, man. Hopefully it comes to fruition, though.
I got a question. When he comes back, does he sell?
No, he never sells. Stipe may sell this fight more than Jon Jones will.
Stipe. Okay.
Because Stipe is a firefighter. He's a character that America can gravitate to. He's not a bad boy. He's one of those individuals who is a blue collar. So he may sell more than Jon Jones will because it's one of those things where it's like bad versus good kind of deal. Maybe they can play it up like that, sell some more tickets, but who knows? We'll see.
Wow. Heard it here first, ladies and gentlemen. We don't care.
No.
What else you got, Bob?
Man, that's all I got for tonight, man. Tune in next week, 9:00 Sunday. We're gonna be here. We might be here around 9:15. You never know, but we'll be here around 9.
I'll let you, boy. Hey, look, it's been real.
It's always real, man.
It's been good.
It's been good night.
But it ain't been real good.
Hey, man, never that.
Look, we're gonna come back next time. We can't stay so long.
I holla.
Peace.